What's going on, YouTube? It's Donnie B all day. So I got very lucky to have a knife come in that I'm completely stoked about, because the last time I got some knives from these guys from Kubey, turned out they were fantastic. And I cheated. I already opened up this box and played with it a little bit. Boy, oh boy. This is one of those boy howdy, slap yo mama type knives. And I took my, what's in my pocket type thing, my daily carry. I took it out of my pocket knowing that this was going right in. So the only thing I had in my pocket was a secondary knife, this little guy right here, because this thing is going to be riding with me a lot. I can tell already. I haven't even done the testing yet. I just know because this knife is beautiful. And I have to say, and I'm going to say this out loud so everybody can hear it, and I'll give you all the specs in a second. The action on this knife is better than any, and listen closely when I tell you this, the action on this knife is better than any cold steel knife I have. This action is, listen to this action is better than any cold steel knife I have. It just has amazing, beautiful, sweet and smooth action. What is this knife? Let's get into it. So this is it's the Nova, right? And they have a bunch of different Novas, but this one is specific. It's the KU117A, so Kilo Uniform 117 Alpha. This thing is awesome. They have a bunch of different versions, and even this one alone, they have, just a bunch of different colors. And my page just went out, so I have to get it going. But what I can tell you is that it's D2. You can get it with, they have black coated blades. You can get orange handle, you can get black, they get all kinds of stuff. And let me get my page back up so I can get all the specs. All right, so this is what we have. Got all the specs up. Tan G10, very, very nice G10 too. It's very, very well textured. There you go, you can see it there. And it has a really nice smooth feel in the hand. I love the deep pocket clip. Very, very nice. And it's like a brushed look. I like that. So let's go over the size of this thing. We're talking about an overall length of 8.5 inches. We have a blade length of over 6.5. It's 6.62. We have a blade thickness of 3.1 millimeters. It is D2 with a Rockwell of 59 to 61. It's a very hard blade. It is a satin finish with a handle length of 4.88 inches. Overall thickness in the handle is just over ½ inch at 0.51. G10 obviously. The clip material is stainless. The washers are ceramic ball bearing, giving it that very, very smooth action. The weight is only 4.13 ounces or 117 grams. It is a liner lock and designed by Kubey. Speaking of Kubey, I have to say I'm really digging what they did with their logo here. I think that logo style is pretty sweet. I like that. Very, very nice. But what do we have here as far as some of the things that you might find on this knife? On the liner lock, it is jimped. And it is very, very easy to operate. It's not going to pop open because that ball bearing holds it, but it pops open so easily with the little flipper. You are jimped on the top, and you'll see that it looks like almost like a gut hook style, but it's not. It's almost a straight through drop point, and it's got just a little raise right here, but you'll see that it's actually swedged, right? What this is going to do, it's going to take away some of the weight out of the blade. And I know when you're talking about a blade this big, the weight's not really going to matter, but it just adds to the design. It gives you a nice, comfortable landing if you plan on doing any kind of skinning or whittling. But what gets me is the overall shape and contouring. You do have a steel frame with liner lock under there. There's no filler, there's no body in there, and that reduces overall weight, which is good because that means it's going to ride nice in the pocket. Look at the shape, man. Boom, 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 right here. This not only creates comfort, but it's appealing to the eye. And for me personally, you'll know, like, a lot of people recommend knives to me that I think are just ugly, and I can't get into them. I can't get into an ugly knife. I think this is just beautiful. This is stunning. I say, heads up to the designers over there. I think they did a fantastic job. This is just a fantastic job, even just from the edge work right here and how it turns into, look at this. You got that perfect V. It's almost like a YMCA. You got that really, just really nice shape. You got a good working choil. Everything about this is just done right in the design department. I think fan-friggin-tastic. Let's see if we got some hairs left. We could... Yeah, well, we almost have some hairs left because I just took them all off. This thing is absolutely smash mouth sharp. I mean, this is shave sharp. This is doctor going scalpel. Scalpel. This thing is sharp. But every Kubey blade I've gotten so far is sharp. And here's one of the beautiful things about this. The price. The price listed on their own website, and I'm going to put down the link for this, is $50. It's $50. When people buy a budget buoy is $50 and under. So for budget price, you're getting a knife whose action is better than any cold steel knife I have. And that is straight up honesty. That's not fluffing anything. I'm not getting paid for this. That is just honesty. The action, I don't think cold steel uses ball bearing action. That is really, really nice. So what you're getting is a sharp blade made of D2 with superior action, with an amazing feel in the grip for $50. For $50, this is going to be an everyday, any day type carry if it performs well. There's only one way to find out. Let's go try it. Woo! It's really, really cold out here, and it's breezy, but this knife is so nice. It's dragging me out in the cold. This thing, I think this thing is just gorgeous, man. I mean, there's nothing about this knife that's not good looking. And for me, that alone is a selling point as long as it works. So let's get over to the stump and we'll see if we can't get some good cutting done and use this thing like the knife it's supposed to be, right? And like I said, I have not had a Kubey fail me yet. I think this is going, they've been around for a little while, and I still think that they're one of the upcoming knife companies. I think these guys are ready to make a huge splash. 1/2-inch nylon rope, just a push cut, and that was probably one of the easiest push cuts I've ever had. I mean, I barely put any pressure into that. It went right through. 4 layers of leather here, and look at this. I'll go in slow motion. Normally I rip right through it. Look at that. Look how smooth that is. That's just nice. That is just nice. Let's see, we got some of this plastic container right here, and it cuts it with absolute ease. Let's do a couple of, even though it's windy, we're going to do some 4-foot drops. And even through the wind, the balance is keeping it tipped down, and I dig that. Speaking of tip down, the pocket clip, boop, is tip up, but it is ambidextrous tip up. So that is good. I really like their logo. I think that's pretty nice. Let's do a couple hard downward throws. We're going to see if it is forced to unlock. Another thing is on the flipper, it is jimped. I totally forgot to mention that. Outside, I got to say, this is even better looking outside. This is the first time I've had it out in the sun, and it looks really good. Looks really good. So let's do some hard downward throws. We'll check the lock, dexterity. We'll see if anything's going to happen with the scales or the tip of this knife, which I honestly doubt. Wow, that got some really good bite. And I mean really good bite. The steel has got some really nice flex into it. You can actually see the line where it went into. Not bad, man. Not bad at all. So let's use it like a knife. So if this is going to be in your pocket when you're out and you're out there hiking or camping or doing whatever you need, and it's time to get some firewood going, well, let's see. This knife is smooth. Guys, look at these, man. These are 4-5-inch cuts doing some feathering. I mean, talk about when you need to get a fire started. One of the most important things is having a sharp edge so you can get yourself some fluff and a controllable edge. I mean, I did knock one off, but I knocked one off. Look at this. So let's do some pulls and see what we can't get for some nice curls and and whatnot. Here we go. I'm going to go with the side grip. And man, this edge profile is so nice. It just wants to rip right through everything. Look at these little curls it's getting. These are fine, hair thin curls that are just amazing. These, I mean, they're really, really fine. Really fine. I got some dropping on me, but look at that. These are like so fine. This is everything you'd want. Everything you'd want in this style of knife. All right, let's see. Let's see. I have become a Kubey fan from the last 3. This is I think the 3rd or 4th Kubey I have now, but this one included, the last 3 especially, because I think I have 3, have absolutely made me a fan. The first one was like a hawkbill style, so the blade curved this way, and it was just a supreme cutter. And the materials were okay, they were pretty good, but it wasn't like this. It wasn't like this, or that front flipper that I brought you guys. That was another one that I carry a lot now. This Kubey is just tearing it up. So let's see. Let's see. It's not a chopper, but, well, I mean, it's chopping. And obviously, it's chopping what's chopping. I chose a really fat piece to do what I'm doing with. So let's take off some of it all in chunks. And look at that, man. This knife, it's just got such a good hold in the hand. And the jimping works in this area right here. That little dip, it's built for a thumb. I mean, it's absolutely perfect. It's perfect. You know, there's some knives that you get and you think to yourself, it's going to be okay. You know, this one should be pretty nice. And then they just outperform all expectation. This is one of those knives that it's like you could look at it and think, wow, that knife looks pretty nice. Let's see how it does. There's no let's see. This thing is tearing up. I am freezing, but there's no way I'm going to stop playing with this knife. There's just no way. Look at this. You got to make tent spikes, pit spikes. You got to build a shelter. You're out in the cold like this, and all of a sudden the weather's coming around, and you're saying, man, if I don't protect myself, I'm going to die out in the cold. Well, guess what? A knife like this is going to do everything you need to keep you alive. Everything you need. It's just a really, really nice knife. Let's see if we can do some notches here. So if you're building a shelter or you're making a trap, notching is very, very important. Let's turn that into a square notch, the old Lincoln log notch. Let's see. Man, the knife gives such a good grip point that stuff like this is just easy. It's just really easy. So square notching, I mean, is what it is. Let's use the spine to hammer this in. And you know, with a folding knife, you have to worry about, is it going to close on me? Well, that's pretty good right there. Any wiggling, any wobbling, there's nothing. It is 100% tight, right, and out of sight. All right, so let's do a puncture test. Puncture test, just in case you're on the side of the road and you need to crawl inside a tire to stay alive. Oh, yeah. Abso-freaking-lutely. No problem. Let's do a little prying. Now remember, prying isn't always good with a folding knife because it does have an access point, and you don't want to ruin that. This is out of the box action. Normally you wear your action in to get it to be perfect. This action is perfect out of the box. I like that. So let's do a little prying. And I'm pulling up some really nice pieces, some chunks. I'm not going soft on it. You can see I'm burying it in over a half inch. Actually, that was about an inch. I buried it in right to there and then pried. Any loosening? No. Any tip bending? No. Any damage to anything? Absolutely not. This thing is stunning. This thing is perfect. I closed it on a throw. Let's see, because that's not what it's made for, but I'll do it anyway. Let's try upside down. Just freaking perfect. Perfect. God, it's hard. It's hard to explain how good something is by, is showing it. It's like there's so much more I wish I could do. So let's do a stab down. We're going to go through a lot of layers of leather here. Each one of these is a double layer. This is 1, 2, 3, so 6 layers of leather. I'd say that went through just a little bit. 6 layers of leather. No problem. No problem. Let's get back to the nylon rope after doing all that. And push cut. Golly, that's nice. I need something I could baton through. Hold on. Everything is frozen. I tried to take a piece of wood off the baton, and it was frozen. I couldn't get it out. So I picked this one up to try and break it free, and I just broke the end of this. So that's how cold it is out here. It's cold. We're supposed to hit 2 degrees tonight, so we're talking cold. And that's without the wind chill. We're going to be negative. Let's see. Oh yeah. So are we going to be able to use this for emergency fires, for getting kindling? Absolutely. Absolutely. This is going to be your one-all, do-all pocket knife. A one-all, do-all. This is a pretty long piece. It's a pretty long piece, but you can see it's still in the game. Ba-boom. Ba-boom. That's your pocket knife. I mean, when you're talking about an EDC, you want something that's going to be literally every day, every way, just cutting and doing everything you need it to do. Let's go find something we could skin. We got an old basketball over here. We're gonna dig through that. So far, everything I saw in the package when I opened it and got excited about, it's performing even better. It's performing even better. Oh, this thing's frozen. All right, so here we go. Here we go. My hands are frozen. Look at that. Look at that. That was easy. That was as easy as a cut could be. This is impressive. This is pretty darn impressive. The whole Kubey line. I don't know if you guys ever go to their website. I'm going to send you there today. Go to the Kubey website and just look around, because you're going to find stuff just like this, and maybe some designs that you're gonna look at and go, holy crap, that's my dream design. They make them. They make awesome. Every Kubey I have is just as impressive as the other Kubeys I have. Like, you know what I mean? It's like I don't get a Kubey and go from, wow, this is great, to, okay, this one's not as great as the other one. But no, it just keeps getting better. Every time I put a Kubey in my hand, it keeps getting better. And I have to say, so far, this is king of the better. This is going to be, and okay, I'm gonna tell you something. Just by using it, by the look of it, by the feel of it, this is now one of my top 5. I'm talking EDCs. This is easily gonna be, this is easily now one of my top 5s. This thing is awesome. It's just awesome. I really, really freaking like this knife, and I use my pocket knives every single day. That means this one is going to get a supreme amount of action. It's just pretty sweet, man. It's pretty freaking sweet. The handle is so comfortable, so comfortable. This right here, you think, oh, it's just a cool little design. You don't realize like how perfect it is until you put your thumb down right there, and you're like, why does my thumb feel better than on any other knife? It's literally made for the pad of the thumb. Having, instead of a slab side with a steel frame, having that double side right there with this dip and then the jimping, I don't know if I have another knife that's more comfortable in this grip. And this grip right here alone, I don't know if I have a knife that's more comfortable. That's saying something, because it feels like it's supposed to be there. The way this cuts in to create this almost like a choil-esque wedge right here, like a nice little finger well. It pulls your thumb into this position and just holds it really nice. That is something special. I'm digging that. I am digging that. So here it is. This thing, man. This is the Kubey Nova, and it's awesome. This thing is awesome. It's going to go in my pocket today, and it's going to stay in my pocket all week. You know, a lot of times I carry 2 EDCs, and this is going to be one of the knives in my pocket literally all week. This thing will not come out. I am absolutely blown away by this knife and the fact that you can go on there and find this for $50 where other companies sell things similar for about 120. Yeah, got me sold. Got me sold. This thing is dope. So that's it for this one. Check out the link below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, all that jazz. And man, enjoy yourselves one of these. Get yourself a Kubey. Get over there. And if you like, it's so smooth. If you like the look of a Viper as much as I do, woo-wee. If not, who knows? They might just have 10 other things that's going to make you battle between yourself just to find which one you want. But I'll tell you what, this company is worth the investment. These guys are awesome. So that's it for this one. Hi, I'm Donnie B all day. Until next time.